Hi there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar Show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I'm explaining what Edge of Breakup means. You probably have listened to this term being used a lot, like I like my amps on the edge of breakup. But what actually does it mean? Basically, an amp on the edge of breakup means it's almost distorting, but mainly it's how I set all my amps if I'm going to use them with pedals. What is the edge of breakup? The edge of breakup is an amp that depends on your dynamic, on your right hand dynamic, to distort or to be clean. So I'm using my Dumble clone, my overdrive special by Mark Kane here, and if I play hard, if I dig deep, it distorts a little, not too much, but a little. But if I play quiet, it's a clean sound. Then, what I would do is use like an overdrive or a clean boost or fuzz to boost it into distortion. And this basically gives me almost all my needs of clean tone. Because for example, if I want to play something funky, so it's kind of distorting, but it's more a compression than a distortion. And if I want less distortion, I would just put the volume on 7. But it has what people usually refer as hair. It has a little spice. You can have a lot of different textures just by playing differently with your right hand. So if I play gentle, like with my fingers, when I play hard, it compresses a little and it gives my sound a little more edge, like. And then I can also use, like in a Strat, that's something I really love about a Strat configuration, like this neck. You know, it's my favorite guitar of all times. I can use the neck and middle pickup to get rid of some mid-range. So when I use just the neck pickup, it has more mid-range than the two pickups combined. So hear it. If I use the neck, and this is something I use a lot to my advantage, like having a cleaner rhythm, like a brighter, scoopier sound. Then get a boost in mid-range. And usually I have my guitar set where the bridge pickup has the bigger output. So if I want more, I go to the bridge. So it gives me a lot of dynamics to play with, because depending on how hard I hit the amp, I get more distortion, more hair, more excitement. But if I play it quiet, I get almost a clean tone. So just with my two hands, I have a lot of options. Like, for example, this Motor song, which is my Portuguese rock band. First part, if I played harder, and it also smooths up things. That's why, for example, a twin reverb that is a very, very clean amp is not really my thing. I used it for a long time, and there's a video, an episode I did on my twin reverb. I used it for a long time in my career, but I always used a Vox valve tone pedal, which is basically a tube screamer, a good tube screamer, in front of it. So it was always on, so it would get me in the Edge of Breakup. I did it even not knowing that I was using an Edge of Breakup amp. That's why, for example, I like a Blues Junior or the 57 Tweed or a Pro Junior smaller amps, or this Supro Tremolo Verb, the Vox AC15 beneath it, because they are easy amps to get to that Edge of Breakup without being super loud. This is actually very loud in the room. Then a really easy thing to do with an amp on the Edge of Breakup, and that's why I like it, it's to use like another overdrive or a clean boost. This has two sides, just a clean boost on this side and the 59 overdrive on this side. This is a ZVEX 59 sound. I love it. So having the exact same sound without the pedal, and just using a clean boost, so this clean boost has no distortion. It's just a clean boost, but it's pushing the amp harder, so it gets more drive. That's why people use the EP boost is a great use, or the micro amp, depending on your taste. But you can also use like another overdrive to push it. Just really smooth. Without it, so this is the magic of an amp on the Edge of Breakup, and it's how I usually recommend people to use it, how I usually use my amps, unless I'm using just guitar and amp. If I'm using just guitar and amp, I would have the amp way more distorted and then back off with the volume. But that's for another episode. I hope you liked it. This will make your tone be better, bigger, bolder. But it's also louder, so there's usually a compromise on this, and this is why I usually say that Fender has a great amp catalog, because they have the Princeton, the Deluxe Reverb, the Super Reverb, and the Twin Reverb. So all of those amps are levels in headroom and clean sound. The upper you go, the more powerful you go, the more headroom, so the cleaner you have, the harder it is to get to the breakup point of the amp. With smaller, less powerful amps, 12 watts, 5 watts, 10 watts, 15 watts, 22 in the case of the Deluxe, you have a little more easy, it's easier to get it to the breakup point. And that's it, my friends. I hope you like it. I have to thank my dear patrons for supporting the show continuously. You guys are just incredible. And if you like what I'm doing here, you might consider going to the Patreon page and becoming a patron. You'll be supporting me in a monthly basis, which helps me keep on doing this. If you just want to leave your thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, that also helps because it makes YouTube suggest the video to other people. If you don't want to do nothing, don't do nothing. I do it for free. I do it because I love it. But I would love to get a little more income from the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and we'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.